What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Only in Illinois, your weekly video recap from Reboot Illinois. I'm Matt Dietrich. A year ago, a newly elected Governor Bruce Rauner delivered his first State of the State address and urged lawmakers to adopt a spirit of shared sacrifice. He also encouraged the Democrats who control the Illinois General Assembly to help him pass a package of reforms designed to improve Illinois' economy and improve state government's finances. A year later, Rauner returned to the podium in the Illinois House chamber under much different circumstances. In his first State of the State address in 2015, Governor Bruce Rauner came out swinging.
Empowerment means giving local voters the ability to control the collective bargaining issues in their local governments. Empowerment means giving local government employees the ability to decide for themselves whether they want to join a union. Empowerment means giving governments the ability to lower costs by reforming project labor agreements and prevailing wage requirements. Government unions should not be allowed to influence the public officials they are lobbying and sitting across the bargaining table from.
But after a year of partisan fighting that has left Illinois without a budget and financially adrift for 7 months, Rauner softened his rhetoric when he returned to the podium for his 2016 State of the State speech. Though he stuck to his message that business and political reforms must come before he'll discuss balancing a state budget with tax increases, he emphasized accomplishments over failures and cooperation over conflict.
Let's review some of our actions. Over the past year, we eliminated more than $500 million in state spending through department action and began the process of getting out from under our 80 consent decrees that have accumulated from decades of mismanagement. We reformed the EDGE program to eliminate specialty.
But just as in the classic line from the movie Cool Hand Luke, there remains a failure, or perhaps an unwillingness, to communicate between Rauner and his political nemesis, House Speaker Michael Madigan. When Rauner mentions the term workers' compensation reform, he interprets it as,
we can save state and local taxpayers over $300 million a year while protecting those who suffer workplace injuries and grow more careers at higher wages. Let's get it done.
When Madigan hears the same term, along with several other reforms Rauner has tried to advance, he hears,
well, that's the governor's program, which would bring down the wages and the standard of living of middle-class families and send injured workers to welfare into the emergency room. That's his program.
Rauner's speech included a list of accomplishments from the previous year. Rauner interprets those accomplishments as positive signs of bipartisan cooperation.
We came together to improve our unemployment insurance system, benefiting employers and workers alike. We came together to pass historic criminal justice reforms and much-needed police reforms. If each of us commits to serious negotiation based on mutual respect for our co-equal branches of government, there's not a doubt in my mind we can come together to pass a balanced budget alongside reforms.
Madigan translates things much differently.
What's significant in all three instances where these things did happen is at no time did the governor lay down his demand that he get his agenda, which would bring down the wages and the standard of living of middle-class families and send injured workers to welfare into the emergency room. All three instances, at no time did he lay down that demand. So I think we have a real good prescription for solving our problems, which would be for the governor to take a little different view of what should be done in terms of this agenda that he's got for middle-class families.
All of this goes on as public colleges and universities in Illinois struggle to keep their doors open as they enter their 8th month without receiving any state funding. The state's largest provider of human service programs imposes sweeping cutbacks and layoffs, and 125,000 college students have had financial aid promised them for the 2015-2016 school year taken away. The real problem here may not be so much a failure to communicate, but the belief by both sides that they are the Paul Newman character in this fight.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
For Reboot Illinois, I'm Matt Dietrich. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for another edition of Only in Illinois.
And I don't like it any more than you, man.